So this topic feels like yesterday's news just because I didn't jump on it as quickly as everybody else. But let's just talk about the coaching carousel and the full NFL cycle for the new 2024 hired coaches. Let's just jump into it. Okay, I'm going to read it off. Very unprofessional. Okay, Falcons got Raheem Morris. Raiders got Antonio Pierce. They kept their interim head coach. Pats got Gerard Mayo. Titans brought in Brian Callahan. Panthers went with Dave Canales. Chargers brought in Jim Harbaugh from Michigan. Woo, okay. Seahawks have Mike McDonald. And then the Commanders went and got Dan Quinn from the Cowboys, which I'm not going to lie, with how the Cowboys, I'll say this quickly, with how the Cowboys defense performed against the Packers, I don't know how the heck Dan Quinn has a job. And that's no hate on him, but it's like, dude was the head coach when the Falcons blew the 28-3 lead. There's a question where it's like, will Bill Belichick ever coach in the NFL again? Yes, absolutely. And I know it's like, well, he didn't get a coaching job, so it's like, obviously, he's probably out and he's probably done. It's like, maybe he wasn't even interested in any of the openings because they were bad. Because I look at all these teams. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 openings. That's like the most in, gosh, a friggin' long time. And it's like, you look at all of these places and it's like, none of them are desirable. Like the Raiders are just a ticking time bomb waiting to happen. Derrick Henry's out on the Titans. The Panthers suck. So it's like the only desirable place was the Chargers and I would say the Seahawks. I think he was just waiting for the cycle to come for next season because I guarantee you the Bears, the Buccaneers, not the Dolphins, that'd be too soon. The Bills, not the Bengals, too soon. Vikings, there are a handful, and Cowboys. There are a handful of positions that I think are going to be open for next season. And truthfully, what I think he's waiting for is he's playing chess, not checkers, where he's waiting for Jerry Jones to fire Big Mike. And I'm telling you, Mike McCarthy, I don't think is going to last another season in Dallas. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's fired this offseason sometime or whatever. Even though they say, okay, we're going to stick with him and stay with him. It's like, dude, don't be surprised when they have another playoff meltdown. And so that's what I think personally is, it's like, it's Super Bowl or bust for McCarthy. Mike McCarthy's out, and then Jerry Jones goes and hires Bill Belichick. And Bill Belichick's the coach for the Dallas Cowboys for the foreseeable future, where he goes and gets the all-time wins, and then he retires. And then, I don't know, probably some, coach from college. Shit, I'll throw it out there. Deion Sanders. Why not? Deion Sanders, gets his boys into the NFL and stuff with the NFL draft, and then he leaves Colorado and goes to Dallas. I don't know. Like, that's a crazy, thing to say. Out of the coaches who I think are under the most pressure, I'd say Harbaugh and Mayo. And the reason why I'll say Mayo first is he's following Bill Belichick. He's following the dynasty, one of the greatest coaches of all time, 6 Super Bowls, and just the Patriots being the Patriots themselves. And, I mean, it's kind of like Kalen DeBoer going to Alabama. It's like, it's championship or bust. And do I think he's going to be able to do it? Absolutely not. Belichick struck gold with Brady, and I'll say the same thing for Brady. Like, I don't think Brady would have had as much success with a different coach, but it's like, unless they just draft the most phenomenal quarterback, it's not going to happen. And this dude's going to be out of a job in 2-3 years. And yeah. But for Harbaugh, I would say the reason why he's under the most pressure is because of how much he's built up Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert's a great quarterback, but it's like Herbert is still unproven in that 2020 draft class of quarterbacks, where it's like Tua's proven himself a little bit, still has a long ways to go. We already know how Burrow is. We already know how Hurts is. And so, like, Herbert just hasn't had a solid coach. It's Super Bowl or bust, truthfully, with Harbaugh, because it's like he left a perfectly good situation with Michigan, and he's like, yeah, let's go to the NFL. Let's take another crack at trying to win a Super Bowl. And it's like, literally, you're just setting up the expectation for yourself. So it's like, don't be surprised, with headlines being like Super Bowl or bust with the Chargers, because he set himself up for that. Do I think they could do it? No. Like, they still got the Chiefs in the division, and the AFC is such a bloodbath. And the Chargers just don't have as many pieces to get there. You see what I mean? Like, they don't have as many Pro Bowlers. The coaching will definitely help. Coaches, I think, that are under the least amount of pressure, You got to go with Canales and Callahan. Like, I truthfully think, because my other question was, who do I think is going to get fired first? I guarantee you right now, we'll be sitting here in 12 months, and I guarantee you the Panthers are not going to improve their record. They're probably going to go 0-3. They're going to win 3 or 4 games. That coach is going to get fired. Morris might win 5-6 games for the Falcons. He's going to get canned. And then the Titans are going to go absolutely nowhere. Okay, they win 5-6 games. He's also going to get canned. Like, they're going to sign on and then out of there. Like, I don't think any of these guys, with the situations they were walking into, they don't have enough Pro Bowlers and team chemistry and just a good environment, that it's like they're doomed to fail. They're doomed to fail. And I wouldn't be surprised if Dave Canales is fired first from the Panthers, where around Thanksgiving or something, when the Panthers are 2-6, 2-7, he's shown the door. So that's my thoughts on that. Catch you in the next video.